Hello everyone, Pokemaster Sets here, and today we are going to be looking at every illustration rare card in the Mega Symphonia Japanese set. Now, in my last video we had a look at Mega Brave and I went through all of the illustration rares in there, so if you haven't seen, that video will be linked below, so please make sure that you do check that one out. Well, today we're going to be having a look at the illustration rares in the other set too. Now, I'm pretty sure that both of these sets will become a culmination of what becomes Mega Evolution when it comes out in English in September. So I'm really excited that we've got this list that we can go through. So I'm going to be ranking in today's video all of the illustration rares in the set. And then I might do another video looking at the SIRs from both sets. So with that in mind, let's get started. And today we're going to start with that absolutely incredible looking card. A card that people always forget about, Shuckle. Now I know what you guys are going to say. You all know what's coming. One thing about Pokemaster Sets, he does not like the cartoonish designs, and this Shuckle is one of the cartoonish designs. Don't get me wrong, it is amazing to see Shuckle get an illustration rare, but still not going to be a fan of this design for that reason. So it's going to be a tough one, but I think I'm going to be quite conservative on this one. I'm not going to throw it to the bottom, but I am going to put Shuckle in a C rank. I'm not going to lie, seeing a sleeping Shuckle is one of the cutest things ever, especially the way it is in this card. However, not for me today. So then, moving on to our next Pokemon, we have got Ninjask, and it's really nice to see this Pokemon get a card, especially an illustration rare, because I feel like this Pokemon's normally slept on quite a lot. Not only is it really nice to see a slept on card actually get some love, but this card is absolutely beautiful. I know that there's loads of people out there that are doing Pokedex binders at the minute, and I'm doing my own with the Archive of Arceus. Please feel free to watch the little shorts I'm doing on that at the moment. This card would be absolutely stunning for the Ninjask slot there. It's nice and detailed, you've got the rays of sunlight. It is incredible, and I know it's going to be one of my chases from this set. Now, because this card looks so incredible, this is going straight up to an S rank. There isn't a card in this set, I don't think, other than maybe one, that I want more than this. And I just love when the slept on cards get a bit of love, especially when that love comes out looking like a card as incredible as this one. So next we have got that mischievous looking Litleo card in the middle of a town square, and it looks so nice. You've got the detail of the plants, you've got the detail of the little grate on the floor, and you've even got some people in the background who the Litleo is kind of skulking away from. There is a lot of personality in this card and a lot of really nice colours used. So because of all that, I think I'm going to put the Litleo into the B rank. And next, that brings me over to one of my favourite Pokemon from Gen 4. We have got the Snova. Now, coming in with an ice grass type is always one of my favourite things to do. I've always been a big fan of the grass types, and I really love the level of detail that they've put into this card. You've got the snow that through this almost looks real in the way that it's presented. You've got the Snova himself, who is in some really nice detail, and then you've also got the markings on the floor. You've got the footprints, which shows that he's following someone, and that in itself is really nice to see. I think these are some really nice touches that make for a really nice and detailed card. This is definitely the kind of card that I like. So with that in mind, I think that I am going to give this an A rank. It is not as good in my opinion as the Ninjask, but it is better than the other cards that we've seen today. So the next card that we've got in this set is the Kloitzer. Now, I think this is a really slept on Pokemon, and I really do like it. It is the epitome of an offensive Pokemon, and I do really like that. I like the use of colour that we've got in this set. I love the use of detail in this card, but there is still something kind of missing for me that a lot of the other cards in this set kind of present. I don't think it is anything kind of special for me, so I think that I would put this card down to a C rank simply because of that. So next we've got one of the cards that I think was one of the first ones that I saw from this set, and that is the Inteleon Full Art. Now this card is full of detail, it is full of absolute promise. I love this card so much. It's great use of colour. The fact that the Inteleon is kind of in action, I've mentioned that in a few of my videos now. I prefer when a Pokemon in a card is doing something rather than just sort of standing there. I like it when it looks like it's almost like a photo taken in the middle of something rather than just a still shot of a Pokemon. So I'm a really big fan of this card. The swirling of the water around him I think is a really nice touch that they've added on to this, and I can definitely see this card being one of those that I'm definitely after when this set comes out in English, and you know that does count as if I actually manage to get any of this card set when it comes out in English. But with that in mind, I'm 100% going to put this card in the S rank because that is definitely where it deserves to be. We've got Venusaur in the other set coming through. I want to see more starter Pokemon getting love. And that then brings us to what I think is one of the cutest cards in this list. We've got the Helioptile, or which in this exact card is a group of Helioptile, which I think is a really nice touch. All of them looking up at the sky and you seeing all of those shooting stars, I think is a really nice card. You also have the different facial expressions from the different Mons that I think is really good to see as well. You've got the one in the back that's quite surprised. You've got the one at the front that looks fairly blasé, and that is really nice. So I think I'm going to put this in an A rank, simply because there is a lot of love coming through in this card. There's a lot of nice detail in the background and the setting, and I think that makes for a really nice card. And next we've got the Alakazam, which I think for most people is an instant classic, it's an instant favourite, and I love how they've used the Alakazam in this card. It's so nice to see that level of detail here. It's so nice to see how it's been done. So there's not really too much else I can say. Alakazam, I know it's going to be the ETB promo card for this set, so I'm so excited to get my hands on this one. I've mentioned in my last video about my Archive of Arceus set, and I know that this would make a really nice addition to that, so without a doubt I'm going to put this as an S rank. So next, following on from the Ninjask that we had earlier on in this video, we've also got the Shed Ninja, and like I said earlier, I am a big fan of Pokemon that I kind of slept on, and they kind of are starting to get some love through with these illustration rares. If you ask me, I think again this is one of the nicer ones, because I can just imagine in my big Pokedex binder having that Ninjask, having that Shed Ninja right next to each other. That would be really nice. So I'm going to put this up in the S rank as well. It is one of those that I definitely need to get for my binder collection. Next we've got the Greavard, and honestly I don't really mind this Pokemon too much, but it's also not really one of those ones that I'm really overly excited for. In fact, I'd say overall, out of all the illustration rares we've looked at so far, this is probably the one I wanted the least. There's not really a reason for that. I'm just not really a big fan of the Pokemon, so I think I'm just going to be a bit judgmental here and put this straight down to a D rank. It's nothing to do with the card in general, and I'm not saying the card's bad, it's just not for me. And next we've got that Delibird, which is a really nice card. It's got loads of really nice detail in this one. Again, I really like cards where there are multiple. I know that in my last video I wasn't a big fan of the Spearow card, but I think this one is a bit more detailed than that one. I think that this has a lot more variety than that one, and is probably one of the nicest cards in this set, that's for sure. The use of colour and the use of background is really nice for this card, so I think I'm going to put this one at an A rank today, and that brings us to our last card. So the last one that we've got today is the Stuffle, and I really love the level of detail in this card, the fact that you see all the stuffing all around. There's really good use of background. There's a really good use of this Pokemon being in the middle of it as well. So with that in mind, I'm going to put this one at, I'm going to say a B rank. It's a really nice card, but I'm not a big fan of the art style as much as some of the others we've seen today. So thank you all for watching. This has been my video ranking every illustration rare of the Mega Symphonia set, and it's been really nice to actually go through these cards before they come out in English, so I think I'm going to keep this up. Please make sure to like, make sure to comment, make sure to subscribe based on this video, and let me know in the comments if you'd like me to do a similar video about the SIRs from both sets and have a go at ranking them. This is Pokemaster Sets. Thank you all for listening.